Okay, so I just saw this video. I was scrolling through Instagram, or rather, I was going through my Twitter, and I saw this on my timeline somewhere. I think someone reposted it because I wasn't following the guy. So it's about this Memphis teacher called David J, also known as the Dope Educator. He finds a creative and a fun way to still bring normalcy to his students during these hard times of COVID. We know that COVID-19 has actually wrecked a lot of things. I mean, formal meetings, educations, and anything that has to do with meeting people, getting together, things like everything. A lot of those things have been actually squashed. And education, most of it now is done online. I mean, have online education. Schools are equipping their stuff, so as to go online, so as they can learn online because of the COVID. But this guy has been known over the years to be a guy that is actually very fun and playful with his students. Every time the students resume back in school, you see him doing these videos of him, having a customized, like playful session, greetings with his students. And this is kind of unique because this is not something you see every day. It's not something you see, people doing. I mean, it's kind of difficult. I mean, even just looking at the guy, I'll be like, how is he able to actually remember all the moves of everybody? Like everyone that comes to him, look at the kids. Any of them that comes to him, he remembers the particular move that kid actually likes doing, and he also knows how to do it. So immediately he goes into the session and begins to make those moves, and the kid also begins to make those moves. And then the next one comes, he does the same thing. So I think this is quite fascinating, and I love it. I love it. I mean, it's a great, and I know a lot of people will say, okay, or like how some people have said on Twitter already, like, what's the essence of this? How does this contribute to, to educating the child? And the answer would be, it's not really about what he's doing contributing. It's about the effect, the halo effect of what he's doing, how it's going to affect that child. You know, uh, during the class, during the class session. Because if someone doesn't have a connection with you, if they don't really like you, I mean, it will be difficult for you to teach them something. I mean, if you've taught before, if you've been a teacher before, classroom teacher for whatever reason, you understand that students can be stubborn sometimes, and students can be kind of reluctant. They can be lazy, and they can be give problems to the teacher if they don't really like the course. I mean, back in schools, I know. I mean, there are some courses that we just don't like. I mean, I wouldn't be the only one. I mean, there are some courses that you just don't like. Maybe you just don't like the teacher, you don't like the way he teaches and things like that. So, but if the teacher actually has a way that it connects with you, if you have a teacher that you are relating with, you are kind of cool with, maybe it's not like you are really friends per se, but it's just cool and it's just just great like that. You tend to kind of enjoy his lesson, and for that reason, you might actually learn more when he's teaching. And I mean, you want to attend his class. You want him to actually be around all the time. You want, like, if he's you want, like, his class not to even stop because you like the way he teaches. I know he's able to relate. He's able to make things easy for you. So I think this helps because when the students actually have a connection with the teacher, when the teacher has a connection with the student, it becomes easy to pass across the information, the knowledge that the student needs to learn. Now they know that, okay, this is not someone that will yell at me. This is not someone that will be mad at me when I do something wrong or when I don't know a particular thing. I can easily go to him because I have a relationship with him. So there's a connecting point for them. So I think it is great. The overall healthiness of what he's doing right now, and it's not easy for him as well. I mean, and knowing that COVID-19 actually struck. Before, if you watch the old videos, you say that they actually have contacts, like clapping, giving high fives, hitting the legs and those last things like that. But now they give themselves social distance, which is great. I mean, because that would have been what a lot of people would have been very worried about if they were still touching hands, clapping, shaking hands. People would have very, very much gone against what he's doing. But he was able to, have that social distancing. Look at the mark on the floor, even that indicates distance that the kids have to keep, and he also has to keep. Although he goes into it, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as he's not really touching them per se. So I think it's a great thing, and I thought it was great, and I think I should share it. So what are your thoughts on something like this? Is this something that you really dig? Is this something you can do? Is this something that you think the teacher should keep doing? I mean, just even though he has been doing this last year, he was down with COVID, and he posted sometimes saying something like, this time last year I was fighting a battle with COVID. He contacted COVID last year and he was in depression. He said he was in depression. So schools were closed, which was something that actually gave him joy teaching. So, but he said, today I am back after being vaccinated and set to record with two national news stations. So he's going out having interviews and things like that because people actually posting this. News stations, top celebrities, those that have a lot of followers online, influencers that see this, it's kind of interesting. So they repost it, and so the news has gone wide, and the man has kind of become like a celebrity. I mean, you know how these things go when something go viral online, and he just has 10K followers. But I know in a small while on Twitter, it will go viral and his followership will grow. You know how this thing does. So kudos to you. The Memphis teacher, also known as the dope educator, and that is what I have to say. And what do you think about it? Actually, drop me your comment in the section box, in the comment box. Let's move the conversation forward.